Good morning, all you champions and fellow change makers out there in the world, which of course is everyone in this group. And that's because we're all born with the power to imagine potentialities, right? A lot of us think imagination is just something you do if you're, a filmmaker or an author, but in fact, we're always using our imagination, and it's not just something that you would use for fantasy. Your imagination is how you can, I call it a blueprint generator, because I can think up different types of things that I would like to have happen in my life, and then I can find one that I like, and I can grab it and bring it in the moment, and I can focus on how to create a plan that will bring about that thing, which only a moment ago was just a fantasy, a potential reality, right? And so, because you have an imagination and you have a mind that is thoughtful, right? If you are self-directed, that means you're someone who directs your own thoughts and your own actions. People who are other-directed are people who will not act in a way that goes against anybody else, right? This is a lot of those, administrators and teachers and partners who, and family and friends who are afraid for whatever reason. Usually it's because of fear of punishment, right? That they don't go against the flow. And unfortunately, the flow ends up actually being a very toxic steamroller that destroys them. It destroys their authentic self, right? And so ultimately, this is all about getting to be truly alive, right? A lot of people in mental health believe that the reason people are messed up is just because of an individual problem or a chemical or a character problem. But very often, those same professionals act as if the individual exists in a vacuum somewhere out in outer space where there are no environments around them. There are no social cultures around them, and they're not growing up with people and, knowledge and ways of interpreting the world, right? When in fact, we are growing up with knowledge and ways of interpreting the world. And sometimes the way that we're interpreting our reality is the reason why bad things happen. Specifically when the messages that we're sent are teaching us that we don't have to put any effort in. We don't have to try to change things in order to make things better. Even worse, they teach us that we can't change things, right? You've always heard you can't control people, you can't change people, and that's true that you can't control them, but the reason I bring it up is because we all know that advertisers spend $30 million for a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl. Why is that? That's because the advertiser knows that they can persuade you to go out and buy the bag of chips, to buy the can of soda. And that's because they know something that you don't know. They know that they can persuade you to change your behavior. And bullies know the same thing. Bullies and abusers and other bad guys and bad gals, right? They know how to change the way you're going to behave by persuading you. They offer you, consequences that are pleasurable or painful if you'll do their bidding. And if you won't, then you might get kicked out of the social group. So I'm kind of throwing out a lot of ideas here, but the point is that things don't just happen. And you don't just get to be happy without actually working hard to build and protect it. And so don't let people sell you on the lie that there are shortcuts to happiness. You cannot just expect to walk into your workplace and all of a sudden be happy, or to come home and be happy. Especially if people are abusing each other or mistreating one another or being abusive in any way, right? What you have to do then is be conscious and conscientiously working every day towards creating the kind of social environments in which people can be well and flourish. And that's why it's important that you have that imagination and you have that free mind, that you can think and you can direct your own actions, right? Your own will. That's what agency means. It means the ability to initiate and sustain a course of action. And so if you are a person with that kind of power, that makes you pretty valuable. And if you are going to be able to see what's happening, and then you realize that you can change the way things are going by stepping back and looking at the big picture, right? Like, okay, there's me, there's my girlfriend, there's her son and our daughter, and there's our living room, and right now I'm stressed out and she's stressed out and he's stressed out and now she's stressed out. What can we do to change this experience for us? Well, I'm going to act in certain intentional ways that are going to bring about a positive change. And so I hope that you will go out there today as a change agent, understanding that things don't just happen. You are responsible for changing them in a way that you want them to be changed. And there's certain knowledge and skills that you can get to help teach you how to do that. And they're all in those videos about life management. So please give me feedback if you like them, and if you don't, and we can talk about why. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And if you have a video camera at home or you want to buy one for 50 bucks, I think I have a Logitech HD 1080p. Anyways, they're like $50 at Walmart. You throw one up and you can do these type of interactions with us too. And that would be really cool to get more people to be able to be social. Anyways, have a great week, and remember that you have the power to change things for the better. And I hope that you will use that power, because you're always changing things anyways. You might as well be doing it on purpose. Thanks.